Hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and are you sure? Okay, here we go. I'm going to make this a quick video, but a very important video. I just woke up from a peaceful night's rest, and what God has been sharing with me, wanting me to do, is rest. He's been wanting me to rest, and the reason why he's been wanting me to rest is because there's a lot of people that are dealing with unrest right now, because they're suffering from the things that they've done against me as well as others. You know, they've done things while we've been resting, which has caused us to not be able to rest properly, we have not been able to do what it is that we desire to do because people are wanting us to be in unrest. They're wanting us to be stirred up. They're wanting us to be caught up. They're wanting us to be fearful, scared, worried, concerned. And God has reminded me, and I mentioned this on another video, to not worry, to not be overly concerned for anything that He knows what we are going through, what we are dealing with. He knows what we need, and He will come in His perfect timing, not in our timing, but in His perfect timing. And you have other people around us that may know what we're going through or know what we're dealing with, and they want to put more stress on us. They want to put more frustration. They want us to get angry. They want us to act out. They want us to be in a state of unrest, not being able to rest, not being able to have peaceful rest, always being concerned, always being worried about this, that, or the other thing, when God has told us not to worry, that He has everything under control. People around us want us to believe that we are out of control, or we do not have control, or we are going to lose everything. We're going to lose control. And so God has been wanting me to rest, and I've been feeling a type of way about it because I've always been that person that is up early, as well as up late working on stuff. I've always been that person that's been working on this or working on that. I've always been the creative individual, always going after certain things and achieving certain things and whatnot. And I've been feeling as of late that, I have not really been up on my game the way I used to be. And I had to be reminded that things change. God removed me from certain things, certain people, from certain places for a good reason. He was protecting me. And during that time, I was in those places, around those people. They were draining me. They were stealing from me. They were stressing me. They had me worried. They had me concerned. They had me angry at times, frustrated. I was not sleeping. I was not getting rest. I was not having peaceful rest. I had lost weight, but I did not lose weight in the right way. I lost weight from stress. I lost weight from drinking a lot of coffee, not eating a lot of food. Even though I was eating healthy, I was not eating the way that I should have been eating. I was not really exercising the way I used to exercise. I was doing exercise to get stress relief. God did not want me to do that. He did not want me in that response. He wanted me in a different response. So He had me removed from certain places. He had me to stop doing certain things. He had me to start eating certain foods that I used to enjoy and got pleasure from and whatnot. Nothing wrong with that. And I've put on some weight. And that had me feel a type of way. And God reminded me, He said, Josie, whether you're at a bigger weight or a smaller weight, I still love you. People still love you. You will still be seen. You will still be attractive, no matter what size you are. Now, I'm going to speak on this because this is also real. You remember earlier I mentioned people around me, neighbors around me, that wanted me in a state of unrest. They wanted me to be stressed out. They wanted me to be angry, frustrated, aggravated, worried, losing control. Well, those same people, they did certain things to try to make that happen. They casted certain witchcraft and spell work to make that happen. And God will make your enemies think that they are successful in what they have done to attack us, when actually, no, it wasn't them, it was God. God was in control the whole time. So you remember how they want me frustrated and angry? Well, those spaces and places that I removed from where I was making, good money, well, that money was not coming in anymore. So they thought I was going to, you know, be out and be frustrated. Those same friends and people, they thought I needed those people when they didn't come around or when I wasn't going around them or when they weren't talking to me or whatever, when they ignored me, they thought that I was going to feel some type of way about that. You know, the foods that I was not eating that I started eating again, they wanted me to eat those foods again because they were jealous of the weight that I was at, the lower weight, and that I was looking good and looking attractive to a lot of people. And so when they saw me gaining weight, they thought, "Oh, we're successful. They're gaining weight. They're not looking as snatched anymore." When I stopped wearing makeup and started, just taking care of my skin and giving my skin a break from makeup, they thought, "Oh, they're not wearing makeup anymore. I guess they're not going out and being seen anymore, so they don't feel, confident enough or whatever to wear makeup anymore. They're just going out in their bare face." All these things that these people did, that they said, that they wanted to happen to me, is being reversed. None of it worked. But then on top of it not working, it didn't work the way they wanted it to work. But then also, God was actually the one that was in control of all of it. And now it's being flipped and turned around. And they are now going to be experiencing what they wanted me to experience. And I just had a peaceful night's rest. There are a lot of people that do not have a peaceful night's rest because they are scared. They're worried because they know that what they sent out is coming back to them. And a lot of them don't know when it's going to come back and or it's happening to them, and they're not able to handle it. You have a lot of these people that will try to come around and ask you how you dealt with certain things, and it's not our place to share with them how we dealt with certain things, especially if we know that what they are dealing with is what they wanted us to deal with and go through, and we got through it successfully, even though they did not want us to. It is now our time to basically rest and sit with self as well as with God, and allow God to show us what He has for us to do next. All God told me to do is, I want you to rest and relax. That's what He shared with me. That's what He shared with me. And when He told me that, I was just kind of like, okay. All right. Okay. All right. And when I just said, okay, all right, I'm reminded of a Sonic Youth song from the album Washing Machine. And it's the song Washing Machine. And she sang in the song before it switches tempo and melody, "Okay, all right." I said, "Okay, all right." I'm giving in. I'm giving in to what He has called me to do at this time. I'm not fighting it. And I'm allowing God to work, not only on me, but out in these other worlds, in these other spaces where things had happened to me, where these people caused injustices to happen to me, judgment to happen to me, but also people around me seeing their lives change, things that are happening to them and not having anything to do with it, but basically God allowing me to watch and see how He is fixing everything and turning it around for my good. I'm thankful and I'm grateful.